Social anxiety is probably the most common but least talked about mental health problem there is. Trust me, everybody suffers from social anxiety at some point in their life, whether it's a first date, going to college for the first time, starting a new job. Everybody suffers from it at some time in their life. I myself have suffered from it for nearly 30 years. And I just want to talk about my experiences basically to help others, help people who are going through this tough time, this difficult time. Look, fact is, I first started to suffer from social anxiety probably for the first time when I started college back was good while ago. And trust me, well, I was not that much. I wasn't at ease while I was at college. It was a very socially challenging time for me, like many other students. But a lot of students find it difficult to adapt to college or university when they first start. It was the case for me. I basically, at one stage, I started getting bullied to some degree at college, and I just said I had enough of this. I dropped out of the system, didn't bother with it anymore. But then throughout my 20s and the rest of my life, I did experience social anxiety for quite a period of time. Still do to this day to some degree. Like, as I said, social anxiety as a manifesto for me is like, trust me, pressured social situations, say like a family wedding. Well, trust me, that would be extremely stressful for me to such an extent that I didn't even go to my sister's wedding because of social anxiety. I've never been to a wedding, full stop. No family wedding, nothing. It's just the anxiety it fills me with. It's tough. It's tough going. You may wonder, like, I speak of pressure. They're like pressured social situations for me. And for those of you who do not understand what I'm talking about, for me, social anxiety manifests, and for many others, it's as if when I'm in pressured social situations, if, say, like a family wedding with a lot of members, it's as if the camera crew comes upon me and starts recording me when I'm in that interaction. I get not so much stage fright, but I become nervous, awkward. It's challenging, it's tough. Like, it's honestly held me back quite a lot in life, career-wise. Trust me, it's held me back. Like, example, I work in a particular company, and the night before going into work, I'll have a lot of anxiety about thinking about the interactions I'll have with other colleagues. And it's tough going, as you can imagine. As I said, look, I could be ruminating or premeditating social interactions I'd be having with individuals to such an extent that the day before I go into work, I'll be there busy trying to make up conversational openers or basically openers, something that will generate conversation and some sense of ease between me and the other person. It's quite challenging. It goes to the extent that I could be keeping an eye on the news. I could be keeping an eye on, making conversation about soccer news. Do you see the match last night? Or, something, if there's something particularly, what can I say, particularly meaty that's in the news, something that has, bit of if there's something good in the news, or otherwise, I have the anxiety to such an extent that it will it will basically, it stresses me, and I'll imagine, I'll think of the colleagues that I may interact with the next day, and I'll be constantly the day before thinking, now what do I know about this individual to make conversation about with that individual? So it could be, I'd be just profiling them in my head, trying to, what do I know about this person? Is there any manner in which I can make conversation or open up and connect with this individual to some extent? So look, trust me, it's stressful, as you can imagine. Like lunch hour at work, it's a stressful time for me. It's not laid back. But that's, my mind does be thinking overtime. But look, trust me, we who suffer from social anxiety have to remember that it is the most common mental health problem there is. It's just that people will not open up about it and talk about it. As I said, everybody suffers from social anxiety at some time in their life, whether it's first dates or whatever the case be, starting a new job, going to college. Even Liam Payne of One Direction, he suffered from social anxiety, and he talked about it, how much stress it caused him. It caused him a lot of problems in his life. And he spoke openly about it on TV and whatever. So, a lot of people suffer from this condition. And I personally just open up on these subjects because I want to encourage other people to not feel alone, not feel isolated, not feel distressed and troubled in the shit they're going through, to be aware that other people are going through this and just reach out for help. What has helped me, since the age of 22, I started engaging in therapy, start seeing a psychiatrist, a therapist, and it has helped me a huge amount. It helped me to come to better terms with myself. Also, I do a bit of volunteering, and volunteering for me is non-pressured socializing. I volunteer with a few different organizations. If I find I don't like to continue volunteering with a certain organization, I'll just drift out and go elsewhere. There's plenty of volunteer opportunities out there. But one particular good organization that I volunteer with is a religious organization, the Legion of Mary. That's a Catholic lay organization, and they are great. They were great for me to volunteer with. As I said, naturally, as you reach out to people who are religious, you meet better people, more good, kind-hearted people, and they're a lot better. I found them a lot better to be around. I did not have the same level of anxiety at all with these individuals. They were kind-hearted, good people. So they were particularly good to get help and assistance from. And there's plenty of opportunities out there, but you have to try and, what I'm saying is engaging in therapy was a huge step forward for me. And I do a bit of volunteering. But I'm just encouraging people to reach out and get the help you need. Don't bottle up your problems. Reach out and get the help you need. There's plenty of help out there. You just got to reach out.